I got one more thing before I go to bed. It's a pretty small Xbox collection in hindsight. Uh, I did love the Xbox as a kid, but there were very select games I guess I would play. Simpsons Hit and Run is a classic. Spider-Man 2 is a classic. Spider-Man 2 was, up until the new Spider-Man game for the PS4, it was like the best Spider-Man game of all time. I didn't really like the first one as much, but the sequel was great. Definitely have some weird ones here, but I mean, this 007 game is actually kind of fun. It's pretty quick. It's not a long game, but I definitely dig it. Like, I was into that game. The Halo games are great, of course. I wanted to talk about, this is by far the weirdest game that I own. This is Professional Drag Racing. So I thought this was like a game where you would, it was like an actual racing game, but as a kid I didn't quite know what drag racing was or how it worked or whatever it was. And I just thought it was a racing game, basic racing game. Even looking at it, at the time I knew it was kind of cheap. 2005 also. I wonder, did they release one of these games every year? And basically with this game, it was like, all you do is go into your car and you drive a couple feet, just down, like a runway like that. And then that's it. And you can maybe design some of the cars, but basically it was like, you press go, you hit it, you go, you watch it go straight, and then the parachute comes out, and you stop, and then that's it. It was one of the most boring games I've ever played. Like, I couldn't believe that they actually made like a game of this. I didn't quite understand what I was playing, how it worked. I've probably given less time to that game than any game in history, because I just didn't get it. And I feel like I just had bad luck with racing games, because now that I think about that, I kind of think of another game that I own, Mini Desktop Racing, which I guess was my way of getting a cheap version of Mario Kart, because I really wanted Mario Kart and I didn't have the money for Mario Kart, so Mini Desktop Racing it was. The Wii was quite infamous for a lot of the shovelware they created. A lot of the games that were just pretty bad in general that you would find for like, you'd find them in the $10 bins or even $5 bins at like a Walmart, and people would buy them just so they could fill up their collections, I guess, or give their kids something to do. But this like had some of the worst navigation in history. First of all, you know how they have the remote there? It's like straight up and down. That's actually how you would have to hold the remote during the game. You don't hold it like a normal, you don't turn it like sideways like a normal Wii racing game, kind of like Mario Kart. This one, you had to keep it straight, and you had to like angle it like this. It was the weirdest way to, perform. I mean, even look at this. Look at this. The image in here has that player who, the little demo they're doing. He's in 8th place, and there's a reason for that. Only in one of them are they first place, but like, this game sucks, and I would never, ever be able to hit those ramps correctly. I could never stay on the path. I would always fall off. Truly one of the most awful games ever. And someday I'd like to talk about it a little more. But yeah, I just feel like I had a lot of games like that as a kid. The Wii collection's a lot better. Still not that big even. I feel like even my Switch collection's a little better based on like the types of games I own. Whereas this collection, it's like, yeah, there were some games I really wanted to play, but there's certainly a lot that I missed out on. And I don't know. I guess with this collection, you can just kind of tell I'm not like the biggest gamer in the world, I guess. I like video games, but I just don't have the time, I suppose, to really get into them. And I get stuck. It's funny because then I end up spending some of my time playing games like Mini Desktop Racing and Professional Drag Racing. Yeah. Just some awful racing games.